that these signs bring a certain degree of probability and potential to what results we may accrue basis what are the partnerships, acquaintances, relationship, team that we work in our life. Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. When we look at signs placed in different houses in the Navamsa, we know that these signs bring a certain degree of probability and potential to what results we may accrue basis what are the partnerships, acquaintances, relationship, team that we work in our life. And this is not only pertaining to relationship or marriage, but also any people, anyone, any partnership that we are associated with. Hence, it's very important that we see what is the potential the zodiac is giving us by virtue of which sign is placed in which house in the Navamsa, because pertaining to that responsibility, that characteristics, that personality is given to us based on that specific area of our life. So when certain signs are present in certain houses in the Navamsa, and we have already done different ascendants in the Navamsa, so basis that which ascendant you are in, obviously certain signs will fall in certain houses, and those signs placement in certain houses will also bring a certain potential in our lives basis what kind of results may come by to us, what is a higher probability of certain characteristics, certain personality of the sign attributing itself to the results that we get of that house. So basis that we have already done the presence of Aries sign, Taurus sign, Gemini sign, Cancer sign and Leo sign in different houses in the Navamsa. Today we will be talking about the presence of the Virgo sign in different houses in the Navamsa, what kind of potential characteristics and personality basis that the sign Virgo sign brings us to us by virtue of its placement in the 12 houses in the Navamsa. So what is the presence of the Virgo sign in different houses in the Navamsa? What is the Virgo sign implying? Virgo sign implies intelligence, reliability, your speaking ability, your mindset to serve people, how hardworking you are, how practical you are, how tactful you are or self-centered you are, also how you are able to bring a more humane perspective to different results in somebody's life. So when Virgo sign goes into the first house in the Navamsa, this is about in terms of relationships, in terms of connections, in terms of certain bonds that you establish, what kind of results that you may get or the potential that the zodiac gives to you by virtue of Virgo present in the Lagna. We have already done the Lagna of the Navamsa by virtue of being in different signs, so please do see that video for more details. However, if Virgo sign is in the Lagna in the Navamsa, it means that in any bonds, in any relationship, in any teamwork, in any partnership that you do, there has to be a certain degree of balance that you bring to the relationship and a service mindset. So the zodiac has chosen for you that you have to serve in the relationship, you have to serve in the bond, you have to serve in the partnership, you have to serve in the connection, you have to serve in the teamwork, and the service should be based on the intelligent decisions, the tactful decisions, the decision based on data, the decision based on facts. So if you're tying up with somebody in a bond, in a partnerships, do your due diligence, don't just step into it, don't just rush into it. And basis this, various results that you get in your life, the potential for various results will be basis how tactful you are, how energetic you are, how logical you are, how duty bound you are, how service oriented you are, but also how you depend on facts, logic, data, and basis that you make your decision. You don't follow a emotional trajectory. Emotions are important. However, the zodiac by virtue of Virgo going in the first house has specifically giving you the duty to serve, but with a logical bent of mind, with an educated bent of mind, and the results will come to you only when you have that approach. So in any partnership, in any bond, in any teamwork, in any relationship that you have, in any acquaintances that you have. The results will come to you only when you have a less emotional and more logical perspective, more logical approach to the relationship, a more tactful, a more educated oriented decision making towards the bond, towards the relationship, rather than being emotionally tied. And secondly, unless you serve, you will not get the results. Here you may also make some enemies. Virgo sign is the 6th house in the Kalpurush Kundli, so don't hesitate when you have to take the fights to the opposite camp, but again basis logic, removing any emotional baggage that you're carrying, and with the service mindset. If you have a service mindset, then the zodiac will also help you overcome competition, overcome challenges, and the partnership, the marriage, the relationship will be more fruitful for you, will also be something which will also bring in more material results to you, as long as you have the service mindset and an educated decision making approach when the Virgo sign is in the 1st house in the Navamsa. Now, if the Virgo sign is in the 2nd house in the Navamsa, what kind of results will it bring? The 2nd house in the Navamsa is about how in the relationship, or through the relationship, through your bond, through your acquaintances, through your ability to be able to have partnership with others, what kind of nourishment you get, what kind of nutrition you get, and what kind of nutrition or nourishment you are able to bring to others, specifically those who you have a relationship or a bond with, or an acquaintance with, or with whom you have a teamwork with, or in some way you have some working relationship with them, somewhere where maybe you're having shared resources, or you're working together to be able to get nourishment which you then share amongst yourself. For example, two people who are in a partnership, maybe in a business, maybe in a consulting firm, or maybe in a marriage, or maybe in a team when you're working for a project. Here the nourishment will come to you, the better nutrition will come to you, the better resources will come to you, the better livelihood will come to you, the better income will come to you, only when you have an approach where you're also looking at the team player or the team member or the acquaintance or the partnership to share the nourishment, to share the resource. Then you will also be able to get more. If you have a mindset that I want more out of the relationship, I want more out of the bond, I want more out of the team, then you will find that the nutrition is also to a certain extent not as free as you would want the zodiac to give you. The livelihood is also to a certain extent stagnated. You don't get the fruits of your labor. So if Virgo sign goes into the 2nd house of the Navamsa, ensure that you have a service mindset towards the team member, towards the acquaintance, towards the bond, towards the married partner that you have, towards the relationship that you have with the partner that you have, so that if you are able to get good gains, you are able to get good material resources, you also have a sharing mindset where the nutrition sharing is not stopped. Secondly, Virgo in the 2nd house also means serving with principles, serving with certain values, also serving in a ability where you are able to overcome competitions together. Sometimes Virgo in the 2nd house also means the partnership may go through some ups and downs. The relationship may also go through some upheavals. If you together are not standing by with each other, defending yourself against the external challenges, against the external inimical forces, against the external inimical issues, then the partnership may fall by the wayside, or your income may fall by the wayside. Many times with Virgo in the 2nd house and the Navamsa, you will find whenever you have challenges in the relationship, your nutrition also suffers, your livelihood also suffers, your ability to be able to get more resources also suffers, your bank balance also suffers. Suddenly some expenses will come where your bank balance will also go down. So Virgo in the 2nd house and in the Navamsa, work is cut out for you to have a service mindset, but also have a mindset to share nutrition rather than to keep everything for yourself. Now when the Virgo sign goes into the 3rd house in the Navamsa, 3rd house is your ability to be able to do more for others, but through your communication, your ability to influence people, your ability to how you are able to market yourself, market your services, market your product, market what you can bring to the relationship, because the Navamsa is about relationship. The Navamsa is about a bond. The Navamsa is about how you have shared values. It's about the balance. It's also about how the connection also profits through your ability to be able to use your communication skills, your influencing skills, your tact, your marketing ability, and then to bring the resources in the union, in the partnership, in the bond. So when Virgo sign goes into the third house, your effort, which the third house represent, means your effort should be to serve, your effort should be to influence, your effort should be towards communication skills. So the communication skills, or your ability to have good communication skills, will be the bedrock of the relationship, will be the bedrock of how you get results through your effort. So the more effort that you put in, where your mindset is, I want to serve first, then get the nutrition, and I will be doing it while working on my communication skill, while working on my ability to influence, then I will get the fruit of my labor. Then you will find that the zodiac will not let you down, and the zodiac will also give you an ability to be able to communicate with a mindset to be able to influence others, where you are serving others. So even in your influencing skills, even in your communication skills, the effort should be to help others, to serve others, rather than just to get resources for yourself. This is a great placement where you, in your partnership or through your partnership, through your team, will also be able to, through your efforts, get good gains for yourself, even in a business or on the social media, also in the media circuit. You may even be somebody who can work in a good team, in a good partnership, connected to media online as well. So if you're Virgo sign in the third house, ensure that the work is cut out for you by working on your influencing skills, by working on your ability to influence others. But communication will be the bedrock, communication will be the foundation of not only the relationship being good, but even you being able to profit from your hard work, from your effort. Now when the Virgo sign goes into the fourth house in the Navamsa, Navamsa is very important, specifically connected to the fourth house. Why? The Navamsa is about partnership, relationship, also it's also about the domestic life, your domestic life with your partner. So the fourth house becomes very important, because the fourth house in the Navamsa is also your home, your domestic home, your Grihastha ashrama. So when the Virgo sign goes into the fourth house in the Navamsa, the zodiac is telling you the work is cut out for you, that in your domestic life you need to serve, you need to bring about a approach that I have to do more for others. I have a negative karmic baggage which I need to shed by being able to serve others, by being able to do more for others. And this is to some extent also related to the Bhrigu Bhava, the sixth house Bhava, which the Virgo sign represents in the Kalpurush Kundali, and now going into the fourth house, which means there is a certain karmic debt which you need to pay off in your domestic life, and you need to do that the mindset of serving. If you have the mindset that in my partnership, in my domestic life, I will serve my family members first before expecting them to give back something for me, or before expecting them to serve me, then the zodiac will also help you to be able to get better results from your domestic life, better results from your partnership, better results from your family members also, and in your ability to make assets, which the fourth house represents. So in a bond, in a teamwork, in a partnership, in a relationship, or through a bond, through a partnership, through a relationship, you will also be able to make more assets. So you will also be able to make better properties. You may also be able to get more conveniences in life, because the Virgo sign is going into the fourth house and you are having a service mindset, serving mindset. This may also mean that from time to time you may face issues concerning property, concerning assets, and some assets may also become a little troublesome for you, where you may also face inimical forces from outside which you will have to contend with. Sometimes you may need to get into debt to be able to also be able to buy property or pay off the debt before you can really call the asset or the property you own. So this is surely to some extent related to going into debts and then being able to achieve your assets, but have the service mindset and you will find that the zodiac will help you be able to overcome the challenges, external challenges, and be able to make more assets, having a more complete, more materialistically satisfying domestic life as well. Now when the Virgo sign goes into the fifth house in the Navamsa, the Virgo sign going into the fifth house means the service now will be connected to before your marriage, how you're serving the romantic partner also, which means there may have been a karmic debt which before you choose your marriage partner you have to pay off, or you will be able to get a good married partner or a good relationship that you can get in, especially through a love relationship or liking somebody and then marrying that person, only when you have a mindset that I want to do more in the relationship. So even when you're approaching a relationship before you marry somebody, your mindset should be that I want to marry somebody where I can give back more to the person also. I want to expect less, but if I expect less from my romantic partnership, from my romantic liaison, then I will expect that the person will also naturally want to give back, naturally want to serve me also. So it starts off itself even before you get into a formal relationship. When you're even dating, yet you're looking at that I want to give more in the relationship rather than expect more at the start. And I know in the long run I will also be profiting from that approach, profiting from that association. Secondly, this is also a placement where you may have to sometimes serve the children, but many times the children may not be as lucrative for you or may not become assets for you. Sometimes the children may not be of great use for you. Anyways, in today's time, today is a time where you support your children, you nourish them, and then they fly off, they make their own future, and you need to take care of yourself. Many times access to children also is curtailed. So yeah, in today's time, Virgo going into the 5th house also means you serve the children, you have a service mindset, and you let them go. However, it also means that if you have that mindset, your assets will also be well taken care of. Your financial security will be taken care of. You don't need to depend on your children, especially when Virgo sign goes into the 5th house in the Navamsa. You do your duty towards your children and you let it be. The zodiac will take care of you. The zodiac will ensure the financial security. And this is also a placement where the higher gains will come to you when you have a service mindset, even in your financial obligation. And many times your work may also get connected to, or your career changes may also get connected to how your financial ups and downs happen, or you being getting connected to financial institutions. Now, when the Virgo sign goes into the 6th house in the Navamsa, this is the strong placement where to a certain extent this is also the Kalpurush placement. Virgo sign in the 6th house is the 6th house in the Kalpurush. So if the Virgo sign is going into the 6th house, obviously you have the Aries Lagna. But what it means is that in your relationship, in your bonds, in your acquaintances, in your ability to work with others, in your ability to work with teams, or in a partnership, you will have to also be somebody who carries himself or herself with a mindset of serving or giving back or healing or problem solving or standing by or supporting others who themselves go through challenges, go through problems, who are the sickly. Or in your relationship, sometimes the partner may not be as profitable to you as you expect or as you want. Many times you may have to take the lead, leading the partner towards financial success, towards professional success, towards service related success as well. However, the zodiac will take care of you. You don't need to worry too much about it. What it means is that there is a karmic baggage that you have towards your relationship, towards your partnership, towards the bond that you have, towards the acquaintances. And this is also a place where the team that you're working with, especially those people who are working below you. But this also means that certain times competition may also push you back in your service, in your ability to serve others, and in your relationship, in your team. You may also face sometimes competition where you will have to overcome those challenges, overcome those issues before you are able to get more material gains. This could also mean that in your relationship, in your partnership, there may also be certain times a certain degree of sickness which comes, either a mental sickness. I'm not saying your partner will be sick, but I'm saying that your relationship may go through certain pangs, certain ups and downs, certain challenges. There could also mean where there could be external challenges because of which your relationship also suffers. Some cases you may also have a partner who also goes through sicknesses or some challenges, some chronic health challenges also from time to time. But this means that if you are standing by, if you have a serving mindset, and if you want to do more in the relationship, there is a baggage that you want to pay off or karmic debt that you want to pay off, then the zodiac will take care of you. If you have that mindset, then zodiac will take care of all external issues, all negative challenges that you have, and zodiac will take care of you. And through your mindset of serving the team members, serving in the relationship, serving in the bond, serving in the partnership, you will be able to make more material gains also and keep all competition away. And through this, you will also find that the zodiac is helping you do very well in your service, in your work, in your responsibilities at work. And many times out of the blue, you will find that your problems get solved, issues get solved, the inimical challenges that seem to be working behind the back also seem to fall by the wayside. So if you have Virgo sign in the 6th house, work is cut out for you. Have a mindset and then see how the zodiac backs you. Now if the Virgo sign is in the 7th house in the Navamsa, This is a very strong placement where the zodiac is saying that in your Navamsa relationship, partnership, acquaintances, teamwork, you should have a complete mindset of serving anyone and everyone who you get in touch with. So for example, your spouse, or even before somebody becomes a spouse, when you have in a dating relationship, or when you have team at work, or when you have a boss at work, in any relationship that you have, you should have a mindset of I want to serve, I want to do more, I want to be a good team player, not a boss, not a supervisor, not a manager, not a leader, but I want to become somebody who's an equal, and through being an equal I want to serve. Then you will find that the 7th house, which is also about partnerships, specifically in Navamsa, 7th house becomes very important. So in the partnership, through a serving mindset, you will also make gains. Day-to-day gains may also come to you. The zodiac will also help. You will find a challenge coming to you or coming for you, and then immediately the problem gets solved. Sometimes you don't even know how the problem gets solved. However, you will also find that this is a relationship going through roller coaster ride. Sometimes your partner may come across as nobody else can be as inimical to me or as challenging to me as my relationship, or in my partnership, or in my team, or in my day-to-day work, or through my bonds. But this also means that if you have a mindset where you're not thinking too much about how I gain from the partnership, but I want to serve and I want to leave it to them, to their good offices, to their good thinking process, that I will get back. Then you will find that initial few years you may find those challenges, you may find those issues, but slowly the relationship then slowly turns around, where the partner also becomes as serving, the bond also becomes as serving, the team members also become as serving, and whichever bonds you get in, whichever partnerships you get in, you will find that they also start serving you. So initial challenges will be there, initial issues will be there in your partnership, in your bond, but this will be solved as long as you have a mindset of serving, of giving back, and keeping the balance between you, what you need and the others need. So if you are Virgo sign in the 7th house, have a mindset of serving to your partners and in any partnership, any bond you have, and then see how the material success slowly comes to you, though with time. Now if the Virgo sign is in the 8th house in the Navamsa, this is a tough placement because Virgo sign 6th house in the Kalpurush going into the 8th house. But this also means that sometimes the issues which come to you may be too sudden, maybe too prickly, may seem to be huge problems, unsurmountable problems. However, you will find that these issues also are forcing you to bring about a change in your mindset, how you serve people, how you help people, how you are able to help people. So many times you will be thrown in those responsibilities, thrown in those duties where you will have to support others. You will be able to come across as somebody who can be a problem solver, a healer for others. If you have that mindset that these issues that come to me from time to time is so that I am able to help others, is because I am able to problem solve others, then the zodiac will also give you sudden profits out of nowhere, because the 8th house is about a hidden treasure, hidden resources, and suddenly those resources are made available to you, are given to you. This is also a house of longevity of the relationship. So when the Virgo sign goes into the 8th house, it also means if you are not able to contend with the challenges which will come in your relationship, which will come in your partnership, which will come in the bond, which will come in the team from time to time, then the relationship, the bond, the partnership may not survive if you become inimical to the partnership. So when there are challenges, there are issues between you and your partner, or between you and your partnership, or your team or team member, don't think that the person is your enemy. Try and solve the problem, try and see how you can address the issues which are falling between you, and then you'll find that suddenly out of nowhere the gains come to you. There is a long-term partnership which will be extremely fruitful for you. Resources may come out of nowhere. The zodiac will take care not only of you but also the partnership. It may become a very lucrative partnership, and it may be a long-lasting partnership. So if you are Virgo sign in the 8th house, if you are focusing on keeping the partnership afloat, not allowing it to die, then see with time how the partnership is also profited by the zodiac helping you, the zodiac supporting you. Now if the Virgo sign is in the 9th house in the Navamsa, the 9th house in the Navamsa is how you as a couple, as a partner, as a team member, as somebody who has a strong acquaintance with somebody, in that acquaintance, in that bond, in that team, in that partnership, in the relationship, how you are ready to learn. You may face issues, you may face challenges, you may face roadblocks, but if you don't have an ability to learn, if you don't have a mindset of learning and then growing through the learning, a lot of experiential learning as well, only through that you will also be able to gain. If you are not ready to learn through those experiences, connected to your bonds, connected to your acquaintances, connected to your relationships, if you're not ready, then you may also not be able to gain. Many times this is also a placement where the first relationship suffers, goes through huge ups and downs, goes through lots of ups and downs, roller coaster ride also, and sometimes breaks. And only the second one comes good. This is not only about marriage. This could also mean that you were dating somebody for a long period and then suddenly things fell by the wayside, things didn't work out, and then you went for a second relationship which then did very well because you learned from the first one. If you're not ready to learn from the first one, you're not ready to learn from the experiences that you had in the relationship, then the second one also may not come good. Secondly, this is also placement where the learning may come to you when you're traveling, when you're moving, when you're learning from how your acquaintances or your acquaintances that you come across from your learning through those travels, through your mindset being liberal mindset, and then you're learning from it and then inculcating them and being able to use those experiences to your advantage, then the gains will come to you. This also means to have a more liberal mindset, to have a mindset where you are also exploring others, exploring people from different cultures. Acquaintances may also be from a different culture, from different ethnicity. Even your partner may be from a different ethnicity, from a different culture. And if you're ready to be able to have a more liberal mindset towards that partnership, towards the relationship, then the higher gains will also come to you spread over a period of time. The zodiac will ensure that high gains, one of the highest gain making placement if you have a mindset of serving your partner when Virgo sign goes into the 9th house. Now when the Virgo sign goes into the 10th house in the Navamsa, this is a placement where your career in some way or the other may be connected to serving others in through some products or through services. But this is also a placement where you have to serve your supervisors, serve your managers, serve those people who are above you or superior to you in terms of power and authority. Then the zodiac will also ensure assets come to you, growth also comes to you, but a certain degree of discipline has to be maintained, a certain degree of organized effort has to be maintained, a certain degree of humility has to be demonstrated at work, has to be demonstrated with powers that be, has to be demonstrated with superiors. Then the results will come to you. And this also means that if you have that humble mindset in your work, in your career, then the relationship will also do very well. The bonds will also be strong. The bonds not only with superiors and managers will be strong, but the bonds even at home will be very, very strong if the Virgo sign is going into the 10th house, because the zodiac is saying if you have a serving mindset in your relationship connected to work, then I will also benefit you in your relationship, in your marital life also. So this is a work cut out. If Virgo sign goes into the 10th house, be humble, be organized, be loyal, be committed to the powers that be. Try and make them shine. Try and ensure that they do very well, that automatically the zodiac will also take care of you. Growth will also happen. Designations, good gains may also happen as long as you are humble in your service, you're humble in your approach towards your career, towards your professional duties. Now when the Virgo sign goes into the 11th house in the Navamsa, here the zodiac is telling you that the higher potential will come to you when you're serving society, when you're serving masses, when your approach to your life, approach to your existence in this world is to serve others, is to serve masses. Many times with Virgo sign in the 11th house in the Navamsa, you will find that people work in large organizations, large causes, or you work for a big brand, maybe a multinational company also. Through those company services, through the company's products, you are able to serve a large multitude of masses. This is also placement many times that people who want to do something more, explore more, maybe start an NGO, work with an NGO, work for a cause, may also do that. This is also placement where through a healing, a problem solving approach, either through medical services or through some healing problem solving services, you are able to serve a multitude of people. On a day-to-day basis, you are able to find value or bring value to multitude of people, masses that you are able to help. This is also a certain placement with the Bhrigu Bhava. the 6th house of the Kalpurush Kundli, the Virgo sign energies are getting connected to the masses. So this is a way the zodiac is telling you that I'm allowing you to serve the masses and then to be able to pay off your karmic debt. So if you have Virgo sign in the 11th house, use it to your advantage. Serve with a mindset of serving multitude of people, masses, and then you will find that huge gains will come to you over a period of time. 11th house is also one of the biggest houses of gains, but it is also an Upachaya houses. Results come over a period of time with the hard work. So if you have a mindset of hard work, doing back to society, giving back to society, doing more for others, then you will find that huge gains will come to you slowly but steadily, and the zodiac will ensure most of your wishes and desires come true. And the Virgo sign comes in the 11th house in the Navamsa, and you're true to its energy. Now if the Virgo sign is in the 12th house in the Navamsa, this is a strong placement where the zodiac is telling you that if you have a mindset of generally serving society, generally serving in your life, so to a friend, to your spouse, to a neighbor, to anybody that you are getting connected, you want to give back something, you want to leave something more for them than to take. You have a more giving mindset, you have a more serving mindset, you have a more liberal mindset. Your hands are always ready to give rather than take. So here the zodiac has given you that ability, the zodiac has given you the potential. This may also get you connected to health services or armed services also, but it could also mean that a lot of competition comes to you before you reach a situation where you can give back. So at the start you may not have huge resources, but if you still have a mindset that one day I will do huge causes or I will give back to society, then, and your mindset and your approach is that, then the zodiac over a period of time helps you to be able to give back to society, helps you to be able to give back to causes. So if the Virgo sign is in the 12th house in the Navamsa, I have a mindset that I want to give back to people. So in any relationship, I want to do slightly more. In my work, I want to do slightly more. With my friendship, I want to do slightly more. In my relationship, I want to do something more. I want to leave an example where I want to leave a strong legacy. When they remember me, my friend remembers me, my partner remembers me, my previous colleague remembers me, all remember me as a person who was a giver, who was a team player, who always was helpful, who always was supportive, and always wanted to give and take back less. And so this was a strong crack and moksha itself, as salvation itself, where Virgo sign through service is getting connected to Navamsa's strong ability to be able to get you connected to moksha, to salvation. So if you have Virgo sign in the 12th house, work is cut out, have a mindset of giving, be very liberal, be very creative, very imaginative, and you will find over a period of time with the service mindset, who knows, an ability to leave a strong legacy of service, and huge example, a very good example may be coming by to you. So friends, now that we have talked about how Virgo sign's placement in the 12 houses in the Navamsa will bring different potential to you, different characteristics to you, do see in which house Virgo sign is placed in your Lagna chart, and then connect the dots between the Navamsa, between the Virgo sign in the Lagna chart and the Navamsa chart, and then also look at the yogas and doshas, because they will also bring in their own flavors, will also bring in their own possibilities. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time, some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off.